You grew up with 4 other siblings.
Yeah.
You're the youngest of 5. Yeah. What was that like growing up and being the youngest? Did you get bullied a little bit?
It was torture, man. It was torture. You know, I got bullied, I got tortured until about 4th or 5th grade. I hit my growth spur, and then I started getting taller and bigger than everybody else, and then it stopped. You know, I had to tell my brothers and sisters, like, hey, I can't put up with this any longer, man. I'm bigger and I'm stronger than y'all, so I can't do it no more.
Do you think that's helped you in your basketball career?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, I've been through adversity before I even stepped on the basketball court, so I think, you know, going out there and performing in crunch time, it's, you know, I've been there before.
All right, at Holt High, you led your team in points and rebounds, freshman through senior year.
Yeah.
What was that like, being the best player on your team for 4 years?
It actually, I mean, it came as a surprise for me because, you know, when I was in 8th grade, I was always just taller than everybody else, and people would always tell me, you know, everybody's going to be a lot taller than you, so the things you do now, you're not going to be able to do when you're in high school. And you know, I kind of thought about it like, wow, you know, maybe they're right. And then, you know, I got to that level, and I kind of, you know, underestimated myself. And then I started playing, and then I just started dominating. It's just one of those things to where I surprised myself. I really didn't know, you know, how good I would be or what type of player I would be at that next level. So, you know, I'm glad I could dominate, and it was fun to lead those guys for 4 years.
Yeah, and talking about leadership, you've been a leader for the CSU team for a while now.
Yeah.
Do you think you got that from being a superstar freshman through senior year in high school? Did that help you form into the leader you are now?
Yes, I definitely think so, because in a lot of cases, you know, best players on the team doesn't necessarily make the leaders on the team. You know, sometimes the players are just the best guys, and sometimes they're immature. But I think me being a leader of, you know, from freshman to senior year in high school, I think it helped because it kind of put the pressure on me. Everybody kind of was looking up to me, even though I was, you know, a young guy. Most of my friends then were on freshman team and on the junior varsity team, and here I was starting. So I think, you know, that kind of helped. It molded me, and it kind of just, it got me ready quicker than I thought. And once I embraced the leadership role, you know, I took it on full force, and, you know, it's still carrying on today.
Out of high school, you go to Southern Illinois, and you played quite a bit there early on. Can you take me through your road through Southern Illinois to come into Colorado State?
Oh man, SIU. You know, when I decided to commit to those guys, you know, I was young, you know, didn't know a lot. I really didn't want to go too far from my family, and I had 4 other visits set up. Once I took my official visit to SIU, I canceled the other 4 because I knew I committed there. Chris Lowry was the coach, you know, at that time. So I go there, you know, I loved it, and then, you know, I played really well. I had a couple injuries. I couldn't fight the injury bug there, but despite that, I played well. And after the year was over, I made the all-freshman team, so I knew I was balling. You know, I was like, yes, you know, I'm finally hitting my stride. I knew I was capable of this. And then my coach gets fired. And then, you know, I had to sit back, and I was like, you know, he was such a great guy. He was, you know, me and him was really close. We even still talk to this day. After he got fired, it was tough, you know. I kind of sat down with my family, you know, kind of discussed what my options were, and then I decided I wanted to leave, but my grades were so low that they wouldn't let me leave. You know, I think my GPA was like a 2.45, and in order for me to transfer out without hurting their APR, it had to be a 2.6. So, you know, I made the decision to come back, and I got my grades up, and after that, I knew I had to leave, and Colorado State actually offered me when I was in high school.
Originally?
Yeah, originally with Nico Medved and those guys. So, you know, I never really paid those guys attention, but I think it was just a part of me maturing. You know, it was like, you know, it's time for me to kind of go farther from home because, you know, my mom and my family is all I have, and I love them to death, but I had to let them know, like, this is me and this is my future. You know, I'm trying to be the best Tiel I can be. So took the visit out here, and I loved it. I fell in love with it, man. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. So the first day I was here, I was talking with my mom in the hotel room that night. I was like, Mom, this is unlike anything I've ever seen. You know, I really like it. I like the coaches. Coach Eustace's a veteran. You know, he's been at the highest levels. He's won. He's had NBA guys. He's had success here. He's had success at Southern Miss, Iowa State. So I knew the coaches were good. And so my mom just told me, you know, she hated to see me go, but she wanted to see what was best for me. And I actually committed to Colorado State with Coach Hodge and Coach Perry at Chiba Hut. You know,
sign the paper.
Yeah. You know, so I gave him my commitment, and it was just great. And you know, from there, you know, it's just history.
All right, so it's senior season.
Yeah.
I know it's hit you at some point, at least before you've had the idea.
Yeah.
But what's it gonna be like, you know, when you do finally play that last game?
Man, I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't emotional, man. It'll be tough, you know, because when I first got here, just looking how far I've come to, you know, how far I've gotten now, it'll be tough. It'll be emotional, you know, it'll be hard, but you know, that last game I play, I can guarantee you I'm gonna give it everything I have, everything, and you know, I'm gonna try to do everything I can to get my team a win.